They'll run down the hill in one of the most storied entrances in all of college football. Death Valley, Clemson, South Carolina, home to the Tigers since 1945. What we have in store for you today, a clash between a couple of SEC teams that could have season-long ramifications. As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on a team looking for its first win, the Clemson Tigers. 48 Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Notre Dame lining up to kick off and get this one started. Here's the return from inside his 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So the Clemson Tigers offense will take the first swing of the game. And here he is, one of the best receivers in the game, and he just commands attention both from the defense and from the fans.
Yeah, he's a guy you got to keep your eye on. You're going to see him line up all over the field in this game. He can play in the slot. He can play out wide. He can run the entire gamut in the route tree as well. Really nothing this guy can't do.
Throwing right. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. Quick pass on the jet motion. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for the pass.
There's not a lot to think about when you're the quarterback. You've got one of the best receivers in the country. You get him the ball any way possible. It doesn't matter if one guy's covering him or two guys are covering him. He just gets open and gets first down.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Gonna let it fly. And it's incomplete. Good play downfield by the DB. They'll come to the line for the 8th snap on this opening drive, facing a 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. Needing to convert, Clemson comes to the line. And the 4th down pass falls incomplete, and they'll have to give up the football. So Notre Dame's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. As we take a look at our impact this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
He'll do it himself. Brought down at the 48 after a gain of 5. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Pulls and fires it complete to the right.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rounding to the football?
Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. Makes his connection. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the 1st down. third and short. They'll go to the power running game. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Fires into traffic, picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Not all DBs make the play at the end, right? Secure the football. Great job by the DB securing the football and forcing the turnover.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Quickly to the tight end. Oh, it's loose. The defense grabs it, and they're going the other way.
You've got to have better ball security.
Now, we'll hang on here. The coach is calling a timeout. He wants the officials to take another look. Thinks he's got a good shot at getting this one overturned. And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. Wonder if they'll be conservative on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Still on his feet at the 45. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. And the Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. They're getting this guy lathered up. Relying on the run, he gets a couple before he's knocked down. Ball's at the 13. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. To the air, it's Burgess. Lets it go to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Touchdown, Clemson! They grab the early lead.
And where did I start for this offense? The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he's coming out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Here come the Irish back on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
This is the kind of run that falls in the category of sanctioned violence as he's up to the 31. Looking to pass on 2nd down. What a snag by the defense. Looking for more room. Touchdown, Clemson. What a great play by the defense, and paying it off with the interception return. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. To say this has been a slow get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you've...
And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His third interception. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return. Final play of the quarter coming. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. Touchdown, Tigers. And they take it in for 6 more points. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
And he's going to bring it out. They make the stop, and that'll bring the first quarter to a close. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. First down to start the drive after the break. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Makes a grab over the middle. How about that weight room work? He's showing off there as he gets across the 20. They'll mark it at the 22. They'll leave it with him. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Notre Dame right back to the line. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. It's complete. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. It's caught downfield. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line. Notre Dame ready to go back to work with another first down. And another huge play in the passing game. Shades of Golden Tate or Will Fuller. That yards per catch can be off the charts.
I mean, you're talking about a guy that can go deep and make huge plays. I tell you what, this Notre Dame offense can be so great. If you continue to find that guy and he keeps putting up big numbers, everything else for this offense will open up and it will be so easy.
They're trying to get to it. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. This third down play more than manageable from the 24. Can the defense stand tall? Just a short pass to the tight end. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. Defense rolling out the big bodies to try to stuff the run. Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
And there is no secret about it. Line up in goal line formation. I'm going to run the ball down your throat. My guys are more physical than you. 6 points on the play.
Lining up for the PAT. And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Georgia is getting throttled right now inside Sanford Stadium. And frankly, it's been that way since the crowd started barking during the opening kick. They're trailing by 21 to Texas. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Running game worked on first down. Let's see if they go back to it on second down. Throws to the wideout. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. Back to throw, it's Burgess. Looking to the big tight end. Soft spot in the middle. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Quarterback checking off. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Snags it on the right. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets him 30-plus. After that huge play, they'll try to finish him off with another one. It's 1st and 10 from inside the 40. Touch pass on the right. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Just not willing to take the hit. He delivers it and gets to the 27. Ball's at the 27. It's 3rd and short. Can they avoid making that 4th down decision? And the defense knew exactly where that 1st down line was, and they stopped him short.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away. 2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. Now the play fake. Coming after it. And the rush will get to him at the 25. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. He makes a catch. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. It's good. And now the lead is even bigger. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here come the Irish, back on offense. These guys have taken some body blows in the 1st half, and now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond.
Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. He's going to pass. Fires on the move. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
You know, they say sometimes for quarterbacks the hardest throws to make are when the guy's wide open. How do you miss that throw through the QB? Just put air on it. You can underthrow it by 10 yards. That receiver would have come back and fielded a punt.
And this is a quarterback. You're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
Notre Dame lining up to punt it away.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of this spot. Nice execution by this defense.
He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Unloads it left. He's got it. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. See what they dial up on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, as a quarterback, when you get to the outside, you know you don't have all day to throw it. You've got these defenders. They are coming. They're running at you hard. So you've got to do a better job getting the ball out quicker. That hit forced the incompletion.
And it falls incomplete, and the offense is lucky to have it. Defender right there almost had it in his grasp. Being started out great on this drive, but then a couple of incompletions, and now it's 3rd and 10. Throws for the tight end. Got his man downfield. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a...
And it's caught! Touchdown, Tigers!
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when they're throwing into the field because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They go to the ground. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground. He gets north fast.
Looking to go up top on first down. He hurls one deep down the left side. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A first half that saw a little bit of everything there in Death Valley. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by acknowledging the sparkling play of this tight end. The guy's like an aircraft carrier out there as a blocker. And then when he releases and shows off that speed and route running, he's almost unguardable. Gotta believe he won't be able to go anywhere in this second half without someone attached to his hip.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half is the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on 4th downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
Fires to the big fella. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. These routes have some reads and adaptability built in, and the big fella found that cushion and made the play.
Man, it's so awesome how much offenses have evolved. They know exactly what they're getting, where to sit down, quarterback, tight end, on the same page, gets the first down.
And stampeding through the defense. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
It was a really nice job on the route concept because they got the safety occupied, which opened up the deep middle of the field for the receiver on the post. He uses his speed. Nice job by the quarterback, putting it out in front of him. He makes the catch and then runs it into the end zone.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Makes a move. He's got an alley. He's going to get loose. Oh, returns like that just swing the momentum. Almost took it to the house. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Quickly complete. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Looking for a man. It's Burgess. Got his man out of the backfield. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, nope.
Touchdown, Tigers! And the route is on. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here come the Irish back on offense. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Off the play fake. Going to take a shot at this DB. It's complete. A huge pickup. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. The Irish trying to strike gold in this red zone trip. The give to the back. Relying on that running game inside the red zone. He picked up 3 to the 11. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll run it. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And there was no space, nowhere to go. That play went absolutely nowhere.
Sometimes you just need a dude to show up and make a play, and he did.
Sometimes you just need to block that dude, and they didn't.
And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit. And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Gonna run it. It's Peters. Picks his way ahead, pick up a 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Quick completion to the right. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Running back searching for a hole. At the 45 on his way. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. The Tigers getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Got his man quickly. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get him to the ground. You want many guys swarming with the football, try to get that elusive guy on the ground.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They're looking to pass from the red zone. He finds his man. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. On the ground. Touchdown, Clemson! And the pummeling has started. Things a little more comfortable after that score and much closer to a win here in Week 5.
When you've got a losing skid, there's nothing like some good old home cooking. They came back home, and they have played an outstanding game. And let's give this crowd a helmet sticker. They've been so loud. You know they've impacted this game, and that's the beauty of college football, helping their team get back in the ring.
And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On third down, he drops to throw. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. The Irish send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Running it back, it's Banks. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver shows motion. Handoff from the gun. Blast is way ahead, but not much room. A pickup of 1 to the 24. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, the inside give. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
This guy's been special today. Coming into this one, they thought they had an opportunity really to get him going, running the football, and he has delivered. You've seen the speed, the vision, his ability to break tackles. Well over 100 rushing yards in this game, and that's why they have a nice lead here.
Snowed under after a pickup of 2. They'll mark it at the 8. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick its way to the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson! And the beatdown has ensued.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get concerned, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
No chance he's taking a knee. Here he comes. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here come the Irish back on offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Caught. Excellent job rallying to the ball, and they knock him down. 3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. You were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. You still let us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop.
Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them. An absolutely dominating performance.
You got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All three phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah, it's really fun to do this. Come out and just dominate opponents. Start from finish. Nothing to worry about. You just know you're better. You're going to do you, put up a bunch of points, and win by a lot of points.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College.